Hey ladies and gentlemen, you're watching the Dota show. Today it is the Thursday episode, which means we are going to have yet another challenge being faced up. Now without further introduction, let's actually get into the game and unpause. I'm pausing in 3, 2, 1, go. And of course, I'm Luminous from thedotashow.com. Joining me alongside is LD from thedotashow.com as well. Today we are doing the 2 inventory challenge. Normally we would basically write an essay or read a paragraph, give a big speech, explain what the challenge is. But today it's pretty simple. LD, it's your honor to do the thing. Explain the challenge.
Pretty simple challenge. The only rule is you can never have more than 2 items on your hero. If you pick Lone Druid, that includes the bear. So only 2 items total between any hero. I don't think there's actually a Lone Druid on our challenge team this game. So that doesn't matter, but yep, it's just as simple as it sounds. Can never have more than 2 items on your hero. Now that doesn't mean that you can't do some other tricky things, and we can talk about those. But as far as your actual hero inventory, can never exceed 2 items.
Yep, it's going to be our Dire team that is going to be doing the challenge, so you can see that, well, they are buying some items now. I guess one thing that's the pretty big thing about the 2 inventory challenges, because you only have 2 inventories, you can actually go for pretty expensive items, right, that you normally don't go for.
If you can farm them.
Right, if you can farm them, yeah.
Now, the reason people don't usually go for these items is because until you actually buy the big components, they offer nothing to you.
Right.
They really provide no sort of benefit. So we'll have to see what the item selections are. I'm noticing Death Prophet not spending any gold, maybe saving for a Rain of Health. Cookie Monster with wards and 3 healing salves on Broodmother.
Yeah, I'm not sure about that
one.
one.
Unorthodox way to go. And then we have the League of Legends build for Vantox, the Crystal Maiden. Pretty obvious which team is doing the challenge already.
The League of Legends build. I can't believe you went that.
This is the League of Legends build. Boots in a pot.
Oh, really?
It's actually.
Oh, yeah, that's
it's
right.
It's a standard build for a lot of League of Legends heroes.
Actually, want to give a shout out to CLG Blacks, Link 115. Used to play Dota, now plays professional in League of Legends. And when he was trying to give me a little bit of hands up on how to play the game, I do remember. Yeah, you just buy boots and pot always, no matter what you do. So I love this League of Legends build, which in Dota 2, not exactly the best starting item build, but perhaps in a game like this, you can see Veno and Crystal Maiden both doing that. I think in a situation like this where you can't actually buy a lot of stats, I think it's completely legit.
Yeah, it's definitely a creative way to try and deal with things. And hey, if you're only gonna use one of your item slots on a real item, I think boots are probably the best item. You could maybe make an argument for some regen items, but on heroes like Crystal Maiden and Venomancer, if you can't move quickly, you are going to be food in the mid game for this Axe, not even really the mid game, but the early to mid game for a lot of these raiding heroes. So I like the choice. I also want to point out we haven't talked about the lineup at all for the Dire, but pretty heavy on the pushing potential here. Shadow Shaman, Death Prophet, Broodmother, and even Venomancer are all good pushers in their own right. So maybe they are trying to, sort of find a way around the challenge by getting a big gold advantage so they can get those big items you talked about.
And perhaps that Phantom Assassin also doing the 2 inventory challenge, and he's not even meeting that requirement yet, just Ring of Health to begin with. So, well, they're definitely not doing the challenge.
You can buy this from the side shop.
Yeah, I have no idea why she went to the Roche pit to buy it, and barely gonna go into the lane right now after True Creep Wave has spawned.
That's okay, just want to give this Dazzle a couple of early levels.
Quite EXP dependent hero.
Yeah, so it was all part of the strategy here. It's not like PA needs levels or farm, that's no problem.
Yeah.
Dazzle, I want to point out, has started with a completed Magic Wand, because, he's up against the Bat Rider and some other really spammable spells, so it's a good item to start with.
Hey man, only it's going to cost you like 500 gold. Perhaps you random, so it's all good.
I am kidding, but this is not a good item to start with. If you want to get a Magic Wand in some safe situations, that's great, but the only reason you upgrade into the, or a Magic Stick, I mean, the only reason you upgrade into the Magic Wand is for just a little bit of extra stats and some additional charges. But this early on, nobody should be spamming spells.
Yeah, I mean,
if they are, going to win the lane by default.
If someone's going to start with the Magic Wand, I would expect that the Dire team would, right? Because they can't actually, use all their inventory for Magic's, or excuse me, GG Branches. And GG Branches, one of the best item in the early get-go of the game because of the stats. So I expected Dumb to get a Magic Wand, but, well, it's all good. Actually, I don't think we have introduced our heroes for the day. Heroes being the heroic individuals. What's that?
We must do it.
Yes, the heroic individual taking on this Dire challenge on the Dire team. You see what I did there? Wookish playing the Shadow Shaman. We have Moses on the Death Prophet. Very curious.
Moises Winnetou.
Man, that's definitely too hard for me to pronounce. On the mid lane, Cookie Monster with his very, very dubious 3 salve build on a Broodmother. On the top lane, we have the double Han player, no, excuse me, low builds here. One on Vangtox, the Crystal Maiden, and the other one on Cascot. Thank you for rescuing me.
I just want to point out, big shout out to all these players and everybody who performs the challenges. Should absolutely do this every week. Just make your names as difficult to pronounce as possible. I mean, Lumi already has enough trouble pronouncing regular words, so this is just the ultimate troll. I love it. I want to see more of it in future weeks. That being said, I stumble over my words quite a bit, even doing so right now. So by no means is it just him, but well, I'm gonna let him pronounce the names every week, and I'll just pretend to forget to introduce the players.
What an honor! What an honor! Thanks.
So, very passive start to the game. Looks like the Dire is overall getting the better. In fact, they're just dominating the farm game. They have the 4 of the top 5 farmers on their team. Well, if you're going to be doing a challenge like this, or maybe my math's slightly off, but they have a number of good farmers is my point. And they have no items, no damage to really be doing it. So, just spamming quite a bit on this bottom lane. And, well, it's working out so far.
Now, if 2 guys that are limp and running a race, and one's faster than the other limp, are they fast runners?
I feel you're... What?
What?
Are you saying if 2 people are slow, but one's slightly less slow than the other, is that less slow person fast?
Yeah.
I feel the wording of some of your analogies maybe could use a little refinement, because I am very confused, but I think I get the gist, and I would say it's all relative, man. It's all relative.
It's all relative. Okay, alright, so the Dire team farming like ZSMJs right now. Great job, and that's going to allow them to fill up that 2 inventory slots very quickly.
Yep. Well, I mean, I find it interesting, this top lane, despite the fact that they have an Enigma, the lane is constantly pushed to the enemy tower. Maybe a little too much auto-attacking, not enough denying going on here. Well, this is going to be annoying, Lumi. Battle Hunger spam. Can't really buy those cheap consumables that you want because, well, you have a healing pot, but that's it. No room for tangos, and that salve is not going to do a whole lot. So this Axe, he could do some work. Oh, Courier mid lane. Deep sea diving for that, but it gets away. A little bit dangerous.
Yeah, meanwhile, this Twin Dragon definitely utilizing more than 2 inventory slots.
Oh, he could have killed that Courier, man.
He could have. He could have killed it. I don't know why. I mean, even if you die right there, it's completely worth it. Man, that's worth more than the first blood.
Well, you talked about 80 gold. How about a free, what is it, 850 gold off the bat?
Something like that, yeah.
It's a lot.
Yeah. 875 is exact, but it's...
That would be too easy.
Meanwhile, Venomancer eating some harass coming in. And I do believe... I mean, what the hell's the plan here for the Dire team? Are they going for treads, face boots, things of that nature? I think the first time when I did this challenge, a lot of players, a lot of heroes just skipped the boots. Did he die for the kill? And he died or something?
Yeah, this is not the start you want when you're a Broodmother mid. I have no idea how you died, which a hero has absolutely no killing power unless you dive, which clearly is what he did. Meanwhile, top lane, Kazakat just calmly tanking up the Eidolons. Enigma not interested at all in getting that kill, not going to auto-attack even once. He'll finally use that first pot and be absolutely fine. Well... this is looking okay for the Dire so far. Sure, they give up a first blood, but overall they are farming pretty damn well. In fact, dare I say, incredibly well. 21 CS on a dual lane, off lane Shadow Shaman, 19 on the solo mid Brute, 15 on Venomancer. And even though Death Prophet's not farming, she's going big here. Ring of Health already picked up. What is this going to be? Ring of Health is one of these items, so many things that it can build into.
Good pipe.
I think you got to go big here.
Vanguard?
Maybe something Lincoln Sphere?
I guess. That's
something expensive, right? I mean, against PA, against Battle Hunger, it's probably a horrible choice. There's so many good single target nukes to spam, but I'm just saying.
Well, I mean, again, you need to have good farm to go for those big items, and so far, Crobulus has 7 creep kills. So, not sure about that one.
Well, the top lane, the relentless pressure worked. They knocked out a tier 1 tower. Hopefully you caught that on the camera, but either way, gold going into the Radiant's pockets, and with that, Enigma picks up a Ring of Health. Will this be the vaunted Soul Rain Rin of Basilius build? Gives you a lot of spammability, but not too much in the mid game, so we'll see what he goes for.
And here's the thing, if you go for the Soul Ring and Ring of Basilius build, you're out of inventory, so maybe not. Maybe he's choosing one of those slots.
But you could... on the Radiant.
Oh, okay, on the Radiant side, but I thought you were mentioning the Broodmother, who definitely, I've seen pro players go for that build. Although I don't think he will go for it here.
Something we haven't really talked about any of the intricacies of the challenge, so we should do that now. The only rule is that you can only have 2 items at a given time, so you can build something like a soul ring, use it, and then when it's sort of reached its peak of effectiveness, you can sell it.
Right.
So I don't mind Cookie Monster picking this up. I would actually like to see all of their heroes buy at least 1 cheap, cost-effective item each, and then if you want, so then save your gold for something a bit bigger. But to not buy anything, to me, is very silly. You can sell that soul ring, and it will more have than paid for itself by the time you do.
True, and this is a good point that you brought up here. Death Prophet here, fill that second inventory slot just with a GG branch. I mean, might sound like silly, she has 1 extra stats, or boots, just use whatever inventory that you have left. And this is one of the big things that I want people to understand when they're playing through this challenge. Venomancer trying to harass a little bit on the mid lane, not going to accomplish too much. Is that if you're being constricted upon your inventory down to 2, I was hoping that people would realize how important inventory is, and not to have an empty slot in any stage of the game. You should never really have an empty slot. Mid lane looks like they're diving for this the Twin Head Dragon. Twin Dragon's going to go down. This tier 1 perhaps in a little bit of trouble as well. But to see a 2 inventory challenge with Death Prophet is not even using the other inventory, that's a little bit shocking to me.
Well, hopefully he's tuning in this week, as, seems he still could benefit a little bit from the instruction and the kind-hearted guidance we're providing. I want to point out, Shadow Shaman is going for Mechanism, and I love this item on their team. I just don't think this is the right hero to carry it, because Shadow Shaman already has a lot of mana issues. This guy has no regen to work with. And, well, he's going to have to get rid of his 3 healing subs or Sage's Mask anyway to fix this up. I like the Mechanism pick. They really do have a strong pushing lineup, and I think they could group with this 5 and cause some issues for the Radiant, but maybe Shadow Shaman not the one to be doing that.
Yeah, I completely agree, because Shadow Shaman, generally you want, if you're going for the mech, which we do see some players do, but you generally have to supplement it with a lot of items, particularly the Arcane Boots. And, well, if he does want to go Arcane Boots, he can, but again, that's another very precious spot that he has to give up. In either case, I think Arcane Boots has to be, it's a must, right? Because this guy can't cast all of his spells just with his natural mana pool. It just doesn't work.
Well, he's somehow spamming that nuke on cooldown, but there are long periods where he doesn't have the mana, like you mentioned. Again, the dive middle lane. BLFM on the Twin-Headed Dragon. Not having a good time. Challenger, no challenge. Poison Nova goes down. Cat's not gonna die. Will this be a double kill? Cookie Monster doesn't want the kill. The Spiderlings clean it up. Misplays and confusion all around it. In the end, a double kill for that big Jakiro, who is just crushing this Broodmother middle lane. Is crushing the right word? I think it's fair to say now. Out farming. 3 and 2 already, despite being ganked multiple times. This really should not be happening.
One of the best way to deal with the Macropyre, which is probably the worst ultimate in the game, is actually run through them, because it's so difficult to dodge. And exactly that's what we saw Venomancer did there.
Yeah, it's basically like just scoring goals for your opposing team in soccer. So, just like get the ball in your own net a few times, and then you'll see if you can turn the game around. I guess that's what we're seeing.
Yeah, give him a false sense of security. Give him a shot.
It's some mind games.
Yeah.
So top lane, the harassment continuing. Crystal Maid taking a lot of battle hunger damage. Although Axe, I say a lot, it's only level 1. This is the strangest Axe build I've ever seen. Maxing counter helix, but not jungling and not backstabbing the creep wave either. Kids, don't try this at home. I think it's this is not rated PG-13. This is brutal.
Also, I want to say that this is not exactly eHome versus Zenith here. Skill level of both teams a little bit suspect, but that's completely fine. Both teams having a grand time. I gotta tell you though, I bet the Dire team having a little bit more fun, as they're having a tough time here on the top lane. Black hole on one hero. That's a demon black hole if I've ever seen one. Berserker call. No berserker call. What you doing, Mr. F-scale? F-scale is gonna go to. Well, and he denies her from Nigma. You can deny this. Yes, you can. Yes, you can. He's like, no, he's got the Vanguard. No, deny. And now Mr. Nigma, perhaps in a little bit of trouble. He's got 2 charge on the mountain. It's going to pop it right now. Gale coming off cooldown in just a couple seconds. And this guy has the treads. Nova gets dropped off. A couple more right clicks is going to do the job. Gale hits, and that's going to be the kill for sure.
Well, they died to the creeps is the question. No, they'll be fine. Again, Jakiro rushing through this middle lane. Now, I understand if Broodmother gives away a lot of farm to Jakiro. I understand if Jakiro doesn't die. But for him to be level 12 at 12 minutes in when he's getting dual lane, oh, this is not what they had in mind when they sent that Broodmother mid. Wherever you send Broodmother, you don't expect her to die. Especially not in the mid lane. And the tower goes down. BLFM, easily my MVP for this game. High farmer, 4 and 2, tower claim. at 120 gold per minute above everybody else in the game right now.
He should deny that mid-tier 1 tower that he's protecting right now, because that thing has 6 HP. It would be so ironic if like just like what Spiraling goes in for the deny. Does he know? I don't think he does. The question is, does Broodmother know? He could literally use the web of spider, or use the chain of webs, go right in. I don't think anybody knows. Man, the most oblivious 10 Dota players in this game right now.
Isn't it, what is that saying about, ignorance is bliss. That's this game right now. They're all having a grand old time. Like you said, there's no flaming at all, chat. I assume, everybody's more or less enjoying just right-clicking on creeps and admiring the beautiful effects of their spells going on.
Oh, I'm sure there's some flaming in team chat against that Brood. But he's got the tier 1 mid. Great job.
Yeah, there you go. Donations left and right in this game, for sure. For some reason, Dazzle is in the front lines here. Opts for a Ring of Health over any sort of mana regen on a hero that has a spammable heal and just needs mana to use it. He might pay for it. Has the Shadow Wave, not using it. Has the Shallow Grave, nope, out of mana for that. And Death Prophet, well, pops the ult. Intimidation tactics. No real attempt for the kills. Axe charges in. On to 3. Only catches one with the call. The big helix is the ult. It's enough. Chop goes to Death Prophet. But now Broodmother, perhaps the unsung hero of this game as the game progresses in the mid game, because that middle lane abandoned, like you said, everybody oblivious, and the tier 2 about to go down.
It turns out that you could lose the lane against a twin-head dragon on Brood and still be really good in this game, because that's not what Brood does. Twin-head dragon has all the mana in the world right now, not popping the bottle or the 14 charges of the magic wand. No one defends until Axe pops back, but that tower already sustaining about 1350 HP. Yeah, Berserker Call for those meat creeps. Yes. By the way, don't do that at home. It's a waste of mana. Seriously. Seriously, don't do that at home, guys.
No need to be rude about it. I think once is enough here. And I really would like to fight Axe to not go solo mid against Brood. Because, by the way, Axe destroys Broodmother. I mean, she'll get some levels, she'll get some farm, but he can hold his own very well in this
I don't know what game you're watching, LD. I think Twin-Head Dragon just, like you said, completely trashed.
He won these side lanes as well.
There you go. Oh, tower not gonna get denied on the bot lane. Jakira picks up yet another tower. This is the most carried Twin-Head Dragon I've ever seen. Wookish in a little bit of trouble. Tides walking in for the black hole, not finding it, getting blocked. He's gonna go for the black hole. Yes! 1.5 second, no, just 0.5 second black hole. BLFM, still 15 charges on the magic wand. Too cool to use it right now. And he's gonna be fine. He's gonna back off.
Well, I guess it's not a good idea to die, to just blindly charge into a Venomous Scale, the nuke spam from the Shadow Shaman and the Death Prophet, plus the AoE from the Crystal Maiden without having any sort of initiation. Imagine if this Enigma has a Blink Dagger right now, which would require a little bit more farm than 30 CS in 15 minutes, but might have made a difference there. So it was a tactical black hole, didn't pay off.
Okay, I just want to say that the Axe also doing the 2 inventory challenge, Arcane Boots and Vanguard, pretty legit builds.
Broodmother opts for a Vlad's Soul Ring. Thoughts, Lumi? Thoughts?
I mean, Vlad's is not bad, right? It's a very, very cost-effective item in terms of what it gives you, how much it gives you, right? It gives you a whole bunch of stuff. He doesn't need boots as a Broodmother if you're under your webs. I think at this point, the Soul Ring is decent. Like you mentioned, you can always sell it later on. So, for now, it's okay. I'll reserve my my sarcastic statements till later on when he gets something crazy like a Blink Dagger or something.
Twin-Headed Dragon waiting for the big backstab bottom. You know he wants to go.
1v3.
Come on, BLFM, man the heck up. There's no boots on this Death Prophet. And, well, I think we're going to see the dire strategy of this game. Brute Force, spam your ults on towers. It cope the Radiant, don't even bother to show up. Here we go, the backstab, Icy Pad, and then he runs away. Okay, that slows him down by about a second or so. That's nice.
Backstab, Icy Paths. Gotta be one of the worst ganking spell or ganking idea ever, because that just wastes 75 of your mana. Cool.
You know what I love about this game is each team, they just sort of calmly plod down their lanes, and it's like they don't know there are other lanes while they're in them. So everybody at bottom is in one universe, and then mid lane is just a totally different world.
I mean, now this is a full game to justify I don't have teleport scrolls. Like, well, 2 inventory, right? So FTP, which, by the way, the first 2 inventory challenge I did, I've seen a lot of players actually just still regard TP as one of the most important items to still carry TPs and just have 1 inventory, basically, throughout the game.
Broodmother. Big backstab on the creep wave here by Cookie Monster. Will they catch him out in the webs, but no boots? They're searching a very optimistic Berserker's Call, not going to catch him. PA might be the prize here. Grief with the early Helm of the Dominator rate of health. No upgraded boots for him. Just going to be probably using that Helm of the Dominator to lifesteal. Not going to actually dominate any creeps. Not going to stack any ancients. That would be a little bit too aggressive. Well, here they go mid. Who needs boots when you have haste runes? Shadow Shaman out for blood.
Shadow Shaman also have a boots, even with the haste rune. But yes, he's out for blood. Okay, they see that Twin Head Dragon, who's been pulling the brood real fast. And uh-oh, Twin Head Dragon, perhaps in a little bit of trouble. There's going to be a whole bunch of spell being dropped on him. And I don't think his dual breath will be enough. Twin Head Dragon, one of the tankiest support out there, though. Did tank quite a bit. It's a long time. Meanwhile, Dazzle, perhaps in a little bit of trouble as well. He has a Grave, he has a Weave. Not dropping anything right now. Drops Weave and not Grave. Grave!
Lumi, relax. Keep your blood pressure down. We need you to be in one piece for the International in a couple of weeks.
The blue vein popping in my neck right now matches the blue shirt I'm wearing. So I got my fashion down.
Very color coordinated. Okay, here we go. Time for that 18-minute Rex because, well, the Radiant are not defending it. And Axe picks up a gem. So this Broodmother, the antics are over, my friend.
What antics?
You didn't see it. She was backstabbing behind the tier 2, cutting off the creep wave, and then they finally ganked her. So I expect to see more of this from Cookie, but this time it will be a disaster if he attempts it.
Well, I'm just gonna tell you that I have not seen Axe actually hit a Berserker Call. I think maybe he hit one so far.
He hit one on one hero when there were 3 right there.
Right.
So
and this Axe's performance right now is just as good as Atreus Pudge, and Atreus Pudge is not where you want to be.
Oh, that's a little harsh. That's a little harsh.
He's
well, Atreus always asking for shoutouts, so I guess he's getting one.
He's got a shout out now. Atreus Pudge, best in the world.
Well, the Radiant, this is actually something I want to point out on a more serious note. One of the big weaknesses a lot of new players have is they don't defend their towers. Like, now we're seeing the Radiant come in. They've already let the tower take about 700 damage for nothing. They don't try to gank. They don't try to push anywhere else. They just react very slowly. And partially it's map awareness. Partially it's not understanding the importance of towers. But if you give up these towers, in general, that's always bad. Especially against a hero like Bruno, you're going to have some trouble.
Partially is also an item called Teleport Scroll, which...
Nobody has?
I mean, I'm looking on the dire side, and that's fine, because they're doing a 2 inventory challenge, and I'm looking at the Radiant right now, and I'm just like, oh shoot, Axe just got one.
Oh yeah.
By far the best player in this game, or on this team, for sure. But yes, guys, get TP, and the courier on the mid lane is gonna get assassinated. Oh my god, Spiderlings, yes!
Walking courier at 20 minutes against a Broodmother. Strolling down the middle lane with webs everywhere.
Dazzle had to buy that Stout Shield for the Vanguard upgrade, so calm down. Okay? Don't need to upgrade that career.
That's like sending your kid out at 4 in the morning in the ghetto to go buy a candy bar from the corner store with the drug dealers all around. That's probably not going to end well. So don't send that courier into battle, man.
Sage advice. Sage advice from LD. In this case, here comes big defend here from Mass Serpent Wards, but no one decides to deny the tower. Wow, man, these guys are not shy to use their ultimates.
Oh, Cookie Monster blocking himself beautifully with these spider leads. Perfect block. Will he be able to block? Nope, gets the kill in the end. Now the Gem Axe comes in, but even without boots, Broodmother too fast to track down. That's kind of silly, I gotta say.
We are 20 minutes into game, and our highest CS is the 90-minute on the Brood, or excuse me, 90 CS on the Brood, which averaged to 4.5, which pretty impressive actually.
Yeah, I'm taking a look at the gold graph here. I'm taking a look at the experience graph, and overall, it is favoring the Dire. Not an overwhelming advantage, but if you're doing the 2 inventory challenge, things are looking pretty good. Now, when you count how many towers they've knocked down and that they have a pushy lineup, you really do expect more of a lead. But I think they're in good shape right now. I'm feeling pretty good about their chances here. Mainly because the Radiant don't seem too interested in defending towers until, well, the towers have taken about 2/3 of their health and damage.
It's okay. Once they're Raxing, I'm sure they will be interested to defend the tower. Also want to point out, I think this is probably, the 2 inventory challenge is probably very, very good. Or it's always very good to buy Necrobooks. But Necrobook here is just insane, right? It gives you so much. HP, mana, more minions. Looks like Berserker Call hits... I think he's really just getting Berserker Call for the armor bonus, which is, you know, fairly decent.
Let's see, Lumi. Is anybody going to make the mistake of picking up this gem? Nobody can pick it up. Nobody can pick it up. Don't pick that gem up. They're not going to pick it up.
Just kill it.
Even see it?
Just kill it.
Do they? Oh, there you go.
Yeah. See,
Now,
normally,
that's a
normally in a pro game here, you'd be like, oh yeah, let's pick up a gem and go D ward. And I will refrain to making the next statement after that, because guess what? Right, I'll just leave it at that.
I'm gonna fast forward through this pause.
You let me know where I should
I'm
go.
up to 8 times. Oh, I'm at 26:07 on the replay timer.
All right, 26:07. All right, I'm pausing. 3, 2, 1, go.
And, well, Cookie Monster is single-handedly sieging out the middle lane. The lack of sentry wards, very disturbing. Well, there is one in the lane, but they're really not making an effort to kill him. They just sort of see him and they're like, oh, okay.
I think really the problem that this 2 inventory challenge shows us is that Brew is just a legit best hero in the game, yeah?
Pretty good hero without any items.
Yeah, pretty good hero without any item. Or perhaps Radiant don't have enough stuns. Maybe that's 2.
Oh, Cookie Monster. Who's gonna blink first? It looks like Cookie Monster really needs to stop. Guys, if you're ever playing Broodmother, don't just group up your spiderlings all with your hero when you're trying to chase someone down, because like you see, you just end up blocking yourself repeatedly.
Uh-oh.
It's okay, he's not dying. Oh, as I say that, blink in, Gale hits beautifully on 2, and now this Sanjin Yasha Venomancer might be too much to deal with. Cookie Monster taking some big damage. Ward Trap on this axe, once again called out, burst down, and now the chase begins. The Spiderlings leading the charge. Twin-headed Dragon ballsily standing at the front line. Probably gonna take a fall for this one. There's the Macro Pyre. Big damage, not gonna actually hit anyone, but it looked pretty good, right?
Black hole! Okay. Sorry, continue.
And now Broodmother goes the other way, and Purdyberg probably gonna die. Purdyberg probably gonna die. Needs boots. The Radiant exhibiting the classic signs of run in 1 by 1, and then lose a fight, and then scratch your head and say, "What the hell happened, man?" That was a pretty good black hole, by the way. Your VO2 max is decent.
Thank you. I watched a Toby vid today, and I got a power up.
Yeah, I saw that vid too.
It was a pretty good vid. I liked it. It was pretty funny. But in any case, what is not a good vid right now is this thing, because this Radiant team is literally not even a challenge. They're not even a challenge right now.
I want to point out Dazzle still has 4 Observer Wards and has not placed them. This is bothering me now. I'm not going to stop looking at this hero until he places the damn ward. And it looks like he finally is going to do it.
No, he's going to buy his Vanguard first. Legit build.
Gonna go buy the Vanguard.
This
Guys, ward, as pretty as they might look in your inventory, they don't do anything for your team unless you place them. And I believe he's finally going to lock one down. It's a nice little spot here.
I may add perhaps 25-minute late on that ward. 26, if you want to count the fact that perhaps you want to put it before the game begins. Meanwhile, Grief, though, about to get griefed out in this game. Alright, here we go. Enigma comes in, and we'll back off. There's a freaking... Look at this Ninja Siege unit. Do you even see that thing? It's hidden in the trees. Freaking just killing things right now.
Where? Oh! Dyer's... Why is Dyer's Ancient in the trees? Click on it. It says Dyer's Ancient.
Right, but... Right, yeah.
What the hell, man? What the hell is going on in this game?
Oh, meanwhile, if you look at Brewmother's stash, it's going crazy right now. Looks like
the stash is fair game. You can have whatever you want in there, so she's not breaking the challenge just yet.
This game is too insane for words.
Well, Death Prophet did go for the Bloodstone in the end, so did opt for that massive item.
Right.
You know, even with pretty awful farm, 54 CS in 26 minutes.
Towers.
When you knock down 5 outer towers, you'll get that gold anyway, or 4.
Also, you want to pick up a single point into Silence if you're playing Death Prophet. Generally pretty good against most hero, but especially against Enigma's Black Hole, pretty vital. Or against Dazzle if you want to prevent him casting spells. So that's a tip that you could do. Also, we do see a Hex attempt on this Rasa, so he's definitely going for the big items as well. Perhaps selling the Arcane Boots? Is that the conundrum you're in right now? Meanwhile, Crystal Maiden has a Yule Scepter, so yeah, all of these guys, because they only have 2 inventories, these items look absolutely legit.
What are the Radiant doing? What are these guys doing? They're just wandering around in front of their tier 3 mid, not farming, not ganking, not pushing, not really warding or doing anything except occasionally getting caught out and feeding. Guys, Time is a big resource. We're talking about how inventory slots are a resource. Time is probably the most important resource in Dota. Your time is precious. Don't waste it wandering around aimlessly in front of your tower.
I could tell you that what the Radiant team is doing. They're buying Vanguards because they have 3. Now, I understand on Axe is pretty good, but perhaps on Dazzle and Twin-Hit Dragon, maybe slightly less good. If you get a Mecha here instead of one of those Vanguards, which cost, by the way, exactly the same thing, Mecha perhaps 100 gold more expensive, you are actually helping out your team. It's like giving your entire team a mech. Just saying.
Or a Vanguard, yeah.
Or a Vanguard, sorry, yeah.
Yeah. I also want to point out, big shout out to this Twin-Headed Dragon, because he is 4 levels higher than the Axe, 6 levels higher than his Enigma. Don't ask me how, but he is.
Dude, he's eating spiderlings up, like for breakfast.
They don't give that much experience, though. He's just playing like a boss. Even though I hate Twin-Headed Dragon, big shout out to this guy for making it work.
You know, if BLFM is bottle crawling right now, I would imagine it's you playing this Twin-Headed Dragon. Shame that he
just
isn't.
farming all game, not helping the team, sounds like me.
Yeah, and bottle crawling too. That's the big thing. How was your episode on bottle crawling DK yesterday?
Very well received. I had my most viewers ever.
There you
so
go.
I guess either people liked it or they just wanted to come and flame me. I don't read the chat when I'm doing it.
It's all the Pino that logged in. It's like, oh my god, solo mid DK, let's go.
Well, I made sure to drop an @Mineski Dota Facebook reference. So all the Mines. I was leveraging their 395,000 Facebook fans to my cause.
And 0.1% showed up, so. Or was
Yeah,
it?
so there you go.
There you go.
Get
It's all
a
good.
chunk there.
Maybe I'll post it there next time when I'm doing a bottle crow, and why that's perhaps not the best use of your gold. Alright.
I disagree with that. We see some pros who do it.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
either way, Cookie Monster just has not left this web. These like 2 or 3 webs, he just lives here. And they're not buying a new gem, they're not dropping sentry wards, they're just 4-manning, camping the webs, hoping that he's dumb enough to pop out and feed. This is pretty incredible to watch.
He's got the pipe. What is that gonna block?
See, well, they have a lot of magical damage. Twin-Headed Dragon alone is worth a pipe, I would say.
Are you kidding?
If he hits his macro fire, definitely.
Oh, okay. Because that spell's reliable. Here goes. He's gonna run iron. All right, call. He hits a call, guys. He hits a call. There's an icy path and a black hole. Misses a calling blade though. Okay. And is he gonna run out like that?
He's gonna live. No Malefice onto him, but the pipe blocks the damage. They don't have vision. Cookie Monster lives. He lives. And now the push happens. Stop. Lumi, stop face palming. Oh, the backstab onto Perderberg. Gets caught out. Cookie Monster. Blinking. Oh, the dust. They won him. Finally, he will pay for his insolence.
That was a
But that
5-man
killed
gang,
Buddy-
and no one defends this here too, though.
Black hole, dust, sentry ward, as well as a culling blade, and by the way, about a minute of 5 heroes time. Here's the big fight. Death Prophet will drop, and I have a sneaking suspicion everyone's just gonna die chasing this Death Prophet.
Oh, I don't know, man. That Crystal Maiden. Man, that Crystal Maiden's literally outspeeding the enemy team because she's got boots upgraded as well as a Yule Scepter. Venomancer just slithering away by himself. It's got the Shadow Blade and a Sanjin Yasha build. I mean, that build doesn't give you too much MS, but it kind of does. But it's got the color coordination down, man. This is a very, very fashionable Venomancer.
Mid lane, Shadow Shaman gets caught out. Already dropped the wards. By the way, that tower dropping very low. Blake in the mech. Wukesh, big damage onto Grief. Can he really get a solo kill? Nope. Chop he goes, and down he will die. I think I messed the word up there, but you get the general idea. And I think we see the way the Dire are going to try to win this one. Just constantly pushing each lane, calmly running away, because the Radiant, like you said, have no actual disables and can't really chase if they just die to the Death Prophet ult if they do.
LD, I've been counting TP squirrels in this game, and I have to say that this team has less TP squirrel than you do for hair, and that's pretty bad.
I feel that joke could have been delivered a little better.
Okay,
But
I'm sorry. All right, that's why we're having this practice, right? Because for international, it's gonna fly. I'm gonna be a comedian at that stage, so it's all good.
by the way, my hair is growing back. I got it cut real short, but I'm letting it flourish now. So looking
Okay.
pretty good.
All
Looking
right,
pretty
all right. We'll see your mane at the TI2.
good. Yes, a luxurious man, indeed
Yeah.
we will.
There you go.
So Cookie Monster put his Vlads on the courier. and then delivered it back to himself. I think he might have sold it and rebought it, because I don't know why his Vlad's just being delivered to him. But either way, he's got it now. He's got that Vlad's up now. And it's the Radiant finally bold enough to leave their base off the back of a big kill onto that Broodmother, aggressively charging to the enemy jungle. This has the makings of an absolute disaster for them, as they just have no experience fighting outside their base.
Well, quickly gonna check the EXP chart. We have 75,000 lead on the Dire team. Gold, or no, sorry, that was the difference in gold. EXP about 8,000. Oh my goodness, Blink on one. He's got that one. Poison touch onto our Death Prophet. A whole bunch of Spilling Drop. That's a Culling Blade time. No, he's gonna leave it for his Phantom Assassin. So yeah, you know, they got a kill so far. If they want to just go bulldoze their way up on top racks, they could. Just go, my friends, go. Oh, Crystal Maiden, you don't want to be there. Blink, alright, Blink in here from Dates. Dates, perhaps we'll get nuked down. Ah, he's gonna get the black hole. No black hole. Yes, the black hole that wards!
Well, that's not what he wanted to do.
Definitely not. Definitely not.
It's okay. Oh, it looks like such a good fight for the Radiant, but without this Enigma, without that black hole, I don't think they're going to be able to go high ground. Death Prophet already live. Gale hits one too. Are they going to go in? No. Not very manly. Okay, you build a Shadow Blade and a Sanji Yasha, and then you just run away all game with Venomancer. I do not approve.
You know, having that Enigma is the same as not having the Enigma. I'm not trying to be Confucius about it. That's just as it is. Alright, I'm done.
No, he's a Blink Malefice here and there.
That's cool.
I think you're being a little harsh.
F-Scale is gonna call some Spilings. Yeah, that one's pretty nice. Gonna chop up all the farm. Cookie Monsters, I mean, been chilling on this mid lane. He's got the 2 towers. Perhaps he should be switching lane, but I guess not. Never mind, because all the other towers have been knocked down. He's just having a really tough time to get this last tower down, because it seems like the Radiant has actually figured it out. They gotta defend their towers, because as you might imagine, Dota stands for defense of the ancients, especially the Raxus.
Well, they're defending beautifully, Lumi. They're defending beautifully. Up top, Wukesh has completed that Sight Device. Mechanism Sight Device. This is a terror of a Shadow Shaman now.
Well, he's got that mana to cast that mech, right?
And almost no way to cancel that Shackle. Middle lane, though, it's the fast Scowl. Shallow Graved incredibly prematurely. Pretty much useless. He just now drops down to a death state. And he'll die immediately. Cookie Monster trying to get up in the front line. Pipe is used. Does not give 2 hoots about this macro pyre. Right-clicking beautifully on the BLFM. Icy Patch not available at the moment. Not available. Look at that cast animation. Pump fake number 1. Pump fake number 5. And he's going to get the kill. And now the chase goes on to Thades, who desperately wants the black hole. Venomancer chasing like a chip. Shadow Blade, Sanji Yasha. Will they get him? Will they get him?
Oh, there's that grave, which I want to point out that our friend here has 11 charges on his magic wand, refused to pop his save. Venomancer decides to walk in and tank everything, but should be fine as well. Man.
Oh, big buyback. Access a Blake Dagger. This could be trouble.
Alright, let's see the biggest call of his life. Alright. Go Axe. Go Axe.
Oh. Axe? 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 Axe attacks?
Alright, now you jump after the Rax goes down. Nope,
nope. There's 4 of them all grouped up. Man up! Man up! Oh, I can't take it, Lumi. I can't take it anymore. I'm turning the replay off. I'll see you next week.
Alright, I got this one though. He's working on these wards. Plus 20 armor. Yeah, Berserker Call on himself. Meanwhile, Venomancer now poking his head in again as up movement speed of the Wazoo and the Shadow Blade, which by the way, Shadow Blade is actually just the best item in a game like this, because no sense of what is a Sentry Ward, by the way. Do you know what that is? Because I don't. And I'm pretty sure the Radiant doesn't.
Oh no, they use Sentry Ward.
Oh, that's right. They tried to Supreme.
One-time hit in 36 minutes against Supreme. Pipe used at the perfect time, which is when no magical damage is forthcoming, and the pipe will wear off right when Twin Head Dragon decides to be a boss and drop all his nukes. But here we go, top lane pushing in, mid lane pushing in. If they don't aggressively feed to the enemy team, I think they can win by brute force. PA blinks in, then PA thinks better of it. None of Shadow Shaman's 3 disables used there. Just calmly allows PA to walk away. And
ooh, black hole! Crystal made and white, no cancel the black hole. He cancels it, but looks like Dave's in a little bit of trouble. Graven, my friend, there is a Grave, pretty nice so far. Blinking from X, that's a good call. That's a two-man call right here. Dave's Macro Pyre on 3. Looks like that's a pretty good fight. Grief, gonna go for it. One more kill. He sees 2. He sees 3. That's gonna be the 4th one. Wukish trying to run out, trying to hex. Use all your hexes, my friend. You got the hex. You got the shackles. Buyback from the crystal meter. Everybody buys back. Wukish is gonna go down. Broodmother. Man, this is the best team fight I've ever seen. And where's those detection? They have it. Do they have gem? Yes, they do have the gem on the twin-haired dragon Cookie Monster. Oh man, just got caught in the cookie jar. That made no sense, but it's all good. Because right now Radiant has 4 buybacks, 5 buybacks.
All right, I want to make you eat some words right now, Lumi.
Okay.
I see all you saying this pipe would not be relevant. They waste it. Twin-headed dragon melts the entire enemy team with the macro pyre, with the dual breath, with the icy path on top of the ball. It's time for you to just chomp down. How do those words taste, Lumi? How do they taste?
Okay, I just want to say that nobody has ever saw macro pyre be that effective. Ice Frog himself have not even seen the spell to be that effective, because one would imagine if you're getting hit by a like 8,000 billion damage per second spell, you would actually run away instead of just taking the fight. But you know, sometimes you just gotta man up.
So this is one strategy you can use with the 2 inventory challenge, is just have a lot of buybacks,
Yes.
whatever you want. The problem for them is they have one of the worst teams for buying back and doing something off of it, unless the enemy team is in their face. Like, your Broodmother with no boots buys back and then lumbers towards middle lane. Your Venomancer with no boots buys back, and then still take forever to get anywhere.
But they got
There's no profit. There's nobody who can actually make these buybacks worthwhile.
Biggest backstab of Wukash's life is going to be dropping the wards. All right, here we go. Here we go. 2 knights, 2 ships mid at night. Oh, bypass the night now. Wukash is getting trade. There's the hex. Guys, come on. Wukash, you got him. War trap, hex. Shackle, no. All right. That's good.
Lumi, you need a soundboard for little effects. Or maybe I need to play them over those speakers or something so you can... We need to capture the mood.
I have a fail soundboard, which I should actually bring into Thursday, because I mean I could see that there's some application, which by the way Cookie Monster is seen, because this is what 39 minutes in the game, and there's definitely been a lot of gems being purchased.
Alright, so how many times has this happened? Like, even the 1 or 2 times where he lived, and when we're just chilling here at his webs, there's always 4 or 5 heroes there. This guy is very stubborn or very dumb. I'm not sure when.
Enigma blink out. Oh no, Enigma, you got blink. It's cancel. Goat. Okay, good. He just walks out, because one of the best way to escape when you have the blink dagger is just click back to your base. Pretty effective.
Will the Dire finally go high ground? It's kind of hard when you're ganking style Venomancer with Shadow Blade. Sanjiyacha is farming all game. I just want to point out, this is one of the worst possible item progressions, because it offers you very little, and it's very expensive. So, to me, this is like the one thing you don't want to do in the 2 inventory challenge.
And
that being said, Shadow Blade is by far the best item in low-level games.
But no.
Nobody ever buys Dust, nobody ever buys Gem.
But in this game, they are getting gems, so perhaps not when you have a Brood teammate. You know what I'm saying?
You might be right. Oh, Wukash. 1 by 1, the Dire get caught out, and they feed aggressively, relentlessly. The fast scout on a killing spree. Out of nowhere comes this X. He's getting pretty fat.
Man, the F scale right now is playing this freaking Sonata, singing about his praises. You know, getting a lot of kills, and he's about to carry his team. Is there such thing as an F scale? I don't think so. There's a C scale.
I was just gonna pretend, like with many things that you say on these challenge days, that I didn't hear what you said.
Alright, sounds good.
Since you forced the issue. I don't know. I couldn't answer that.
I did not study music. There's a major and minor scale. I don't think there's an F scale. I'm sure people in the chat right now is telling us that there's yes or no. But in any case, it's all good. I can't believe we're getting 200 viewers to watch this.
You know,
guys,
we're 40 minutes in, and PA finally has a Battle Fury. If this goes another 20 minutes, the Radiant may win just from PA right-clicking her way to victory.
You know, in a game like this, it doesn't matter if you have 8 items or 2. If you're going to do 1v1 feeds against 5 times in a row, you know, anybody could win.
Oh, 5 Radiant heroes missing off the map. Will they spot out the Roshan tip? There you go. Plague Ords drop. Could be an absolute disaster. Not looking good. Come on, Thades. Big black hole. Big black hole. Big black hole. Big black hole. What is the damn black hole? Chop it goes. Catching out Kazakan, but this Death Prophet. Too much damage. Oh, it's just not working out. Oh no. Oh no. So one thing I want to point out, this Death Prophet has no boots. She has no mobility whatsoever. Picks up the gem and then kills it, so they already lost the challenge.
It's all good.
Importantly, they could easily run away from her. And they just stand there and take their licks.
Right now, the Dire team has a whole bunch of disables, right? They have the Hexes, the Shackles. Oh wait, they're single target disables. So in theory, the Radiant team could just run away, right? Trying to sound as sarcastic as possible, which is not going well.
Oh, this game is hard for everybody. The
casters included. The casters included.
The challengers, the opponents with challenges.
I guess the Dire team is, or assuming the Radiant team's doing pretty good. They lost the Rax about 15 minutes ago. They're still holding on. I may add very admirably. Their whole team's gonna be back alive very soon, and I think they're gonna hold this push. They gotta defend top. But PA with the Battle Fury can defend this, and she's just one BKB away from winning this game right now. But
can you explain to me why they didn't take Roshan after team wiping the enemy team and having 4 heroes alive?
You know, I can't explain a lot of stuff in this game. But that was a pretty good call. They do focus on the Shadow Shaman, big Macro Pyre. And look at this guy, he's just standing under like he does not care. My friend, move away from the Macro Pyre. Crystal Maiden somehow got a lot of healing back. Oh, that's from the Bloodstone. Yeah, that's right, PA. PA, go for the CM. The CM's right there. No, someone's backdooring. All right, Venomancer comes in, dropping his ultimate after his entire team has died. Greed perhaps in a little bit of trouble. Greed is going to go down, but so will the Venomancer. Brewmother trying to carry by himself 1v3. Grave one that they're at about 40% health. Great choice. Meanwhile, the wards are just focusing down the Rax. They do get one Rax. Cookie Monster will live because there's no detection. Yes.
This game is exhibiting a remarkable phenomenon in Dota, which I've never talked to you about, but it happens a lot in these low-level games. I used to do something called the Bad Test, where we'd make fun of lower-level players and try to point out their mistakes. What we're seeing right now is a classic feed-counter-feed dynamic. One team gets ahead, so they go and feed their advantage away. The enemy team gets that advantage back, and then goes and feeds it back the other direction. Well, it means that these games, this is what, for these players, there's no need for a concede function because you are never out of it. If you decide to stop feeding, you will just win the game.
I think that's why Valve have not added it. Also, by the way, I think Cookie Monster just failed the challenge. He dropped a Vlad's and killed it. Perhaps the chicken delivered the item in the middle of the team fight. Quite hectic, so...
Yeah, they probably lost the challenge about 2 or 3 times now, although I will say they're honoring the spirit of it, and more importantly, it's one hell of an entertaining game.
Well, that's, it's relative, that term. Blinking call here against the Shadow Shaman. These calls are pretty good so far, but these Graves are absolutely horrible. My god. Maybe he just won the pretty visual here for the axe, and he is going to get the kill against Shadow Shaman. But as many kills these guys are picking up, the towers are dying, and I think that's a more important thing.
I might have to go into player perspective for the Shadow Shaman, because somehow it takes him about 20 seconds to use 2 hexes and his wards.
Maybe he's lagging.
I want to see what he's doing, though. Oh, big black hole, Death Prophet. Not doing enough. She will go down, but she gets the Rex. Just throwing bodies away here, but they are getting Rex. It's looking pretty good for our heroes.
Yep. Man, I feel like I have never casted a Dota game in my life before. Because
does it feel like it's like this is like discovering that your house has a secret like trap door that leads to an entire another wing you never
like
knew
Narnia?
About. Yes, this is like Narnia. I mean, except not as happy, perhaps, but or magical. This is magical in a very strange way, I want to say. But games like this, I didn't know they existed, and it's amazing to watch. I mean, I did, but you don't see them too often.
You definitely don't. F-Scale helping his team to get 1 kill. Crystal Maiden dropping the best ultimate of her life is gonna get the kill. F-Scale double kill on a CM. Yes. Yes, this game has been worded Grave himself. Alright, that's pretty good. Meanwhile, Macropire gets a double as well.
He's gonna die though.
I gotta say, man, the worst spells in the game, like the worst ultimates in the game, Macropire, Freezing Field, they are just like freaking ravages. how accurate, how reliable they are in this game. I'm just speechless.
I just, like, do they not have health bars? What is going on in these fights where they're just standing in? What about this fire is so appealing? Are that, well, you know, like how gypsies will, like, they can, like, walk on hot coals and stuff? I mean, are these guys training for the Dota equivalent of that? What the hell is going on? I don't understand my world anymore, man.
Maybe this thing gets a really long, glitchy dual breath. Like, oh, we already took damage, so. Yeah,
well,
I don't know.
I think this is the slow but steady descent into defeat for the Radiant. Their hard carry, the PA, 50 minutes in. Battle Fury, Helm of the Dominator, Ogre Club, and Phase Boots.
It's a pretty good build. It's a pretty good build.
It is. It would be a great set of items to have at 25, maybe 30 minutes.
That's definitely true.
If she had 2 more items now, maybe 3, I'd be feeling good about their chances. Right now, not so much.
Well, they still got that Macropire on an axe stick. That's pretty insane. I gotta say, man. Whenever you have an axe stick on Twin Head Dragon and your Macropire just like is the best spell in the game, literally, pretty insane. Especially if they don't run away from it, which is still the main point that I have to need to stress out.
Lumi, I just read their chat. I have to point out that PA has apparently skipped her level 3 coup de grace.
Oh.
Now, I'm not sure why.
Alright, let's examine the strategic implication of this. So sometimes, you know, she has a very low mana pool, and you gotta just cast her spells. You following me here? And she also doesn't have this TP score right now for this team fight on the top lane. Oh my god, Magpie for the Crystal Maiden. She just tank it because she's tanked. Meanwhile, F-Scale drops a... Oh my god, what are those with Graves? Ward gets dropped down. F-Scale's gonna tank it. A black hole on one. Someone for the love of God, focus her. Focus her. Nobody focusing on right now. And now everybody's gonna go down because this Tef Prophet, she tanked. BFM is gonna die. Have Grave actually saved anything in this game?
No.
Okay, I thought so.
No. No, definitely not. The only thing they've done is maybe confuse the enemy team for about a second or two. That's literally it. PA, by the way, only now arriving to the fight, probably raging at his team, griefing them, if you will.
Why you guys die?
This is what you have to do as a hard carry, man. When your team all dies in a huge team fight at 50 minutes in, time to start reporting them to Valve, maybe messaging Vice Frog directly, and ideally just complaining in all chat, flaming them, drop as many racial epithets as you can.
Don't do that,
No, guys, please don't actually do any of that.
Yeah. Which, real fast, big disclaimer, this is what we call a big fun sarcasm cast. I know we've been sounding very venomous, but...
I think you got that backwards, to say that at the end of the cast instead of the beginning.
It's all good. I mean, big Macropie here, and of course Ice Path. Dude, look at that ultimate! It brought 1,000 HP off freaking Shadow Shaman just by itself, and of course I think it's AoE BFM. Oh, big call! Go get the Culling Blade kill! Go do it! The F-Scale, yes! He's spinning away like a ballerina. Go do it! You see that Venom? Just Culling Blade him! No! Don't run back! Meanwhile, Dates.
Anything! Battle Hunger! God
yes.
damn, man! Yeah, there you go.
Is he gonna survive? The Venom Cam. Someone mech him up! No mech on the team.
Wow. They still can't kill Cookie Monster, who has not progressed in items whatsoever, except he got boots to travel. Oh, blink in auto attacks for this Enigma. Big blink. Rowan is alive, but only for the moment. Everything is burning all around the ring. Rome is dying. The barbarians have invaded. They are overrunning the wall. They're at the gates, and Cookie Monster is a really freaky looking barbarian. Gigantic spider monstrosity. They can't kill him. They can't do anything to him except watch in horror as he slowly eats their brains out. Here we go. Thedes taking a lot of damage, and the throne dies. Oh, that twin-headed dragon has to be the saddest man in the universe after this game.
That last 20 seconds of casting was not worth your epic voice. I'm just gonna say that. It was not worth it.
I'm gonna be all out of gas for tomorrow, but that's okay. Oh, buddy! There you go. Mythical War Dog for our Crystal Maiden. Or Enduring War Dog.
Worth every ounce of that legit play, I might add.
She's the real champion of this game. Even if she was on the Dire or the Radiant, even if she went like 0-500, she's still the victor.
Okay, LD, we gotta cut this one short because my brain is about to ooze out my skull. What is the challenge for next week? Because
next week is the 5-man challenge. You must do everything as 5 men. That is the only rule. If you want to level 1 Roshan, that's great. If you want a 5-man Ganko game, that's great. But whatever you do, you can never... Basically, it's the buddy system, except instead of 1 buddy, you have 4. And that is for the whole game.
yes,
I don't actually know. You may know better than me. What happens if somebody dies? Do you just 4-man until they come back? Do you
yes,
still wait?
you 4-man die, and that person when he or she comes back alive, just TPs to the tower or goes directly to that base. Don't stop by and farm that 1 creep. Don't do that. You can't do anything by yourself. You gotta do it with your team holding their hands. So we're gonna be really cool. I mean, you could go for 5-man push mid challenges, 5-man ganks. It's gonna be fun for the first 5 minutes, and then you find out, oh wait, we're level 2 and they're level 5. That's gonna be a challenge.
Press button, get kills.
Yep.
Well, it's why we see pro teams when they run the quad lanes. Oftentimes it backfires. We'll see if our wonderful challengers can have a little bit better luck, though. I know we had a lot of people who submitted replays this week. This one, hey man, it took the cake. Sure, it drove us insane, but it was a lot of fun to cast.
It was a lot of fun to cast. Again,
and
we don't
players.
We don't
I just
mean
wanna
the
say-
flame. We don't mean the flame at all.
Oh yeah, of course. No, the flaming is all in good fun. I just want to say big thanks to the people who submitted it, and also, please don't take anything we said personally. We're just trying to create some humor here for the viewers. But yeah, it was a hell of a cast.
Creating some drama.
So, aside from that, do we want to go over everything coming up next week, or do you want to save that for trivia?
No, we're saving that for trivia. Thank you guys for watching the Dota Show. If you guys watch every single episode, shout out to you. And of course, I'm sure some of you guys did do it. Thank you for the support. Of course, submit your replay to thedotashow@gmail.com. Next week, again, one more time, it's going to be the 5-man challenge. Is that the title for next week? The 5-man challenge? That sounds very... Yeah, the 5-man challenge. We'll call it that. Where you don't do anything by
challenge
yourself.
of brotherly love.
Yep, you just do it with the entire team. Alright, that's it. Hope you guys enjoyed this week's Dota show. And we'll see you next week on Sunday, 7 p.m. Pacific on this channel, LuminousInverse at Twitch TV. And of course, for LD, I am Luminous from thedotashow.com. Thank you for watching. We are signing off. Good night, guys.
Good night.
So people pointed out I was not wearing a blue shirt. The game made me rage so hard that I actually have to take off my first layer of shirt.
Whatever it takes, Lumi.
Whatever it takes. And it's hot. It was so hot today.